Hey everyone, welcome to season 3 of the SOCIALpreneur podcast. I am your host, Allie or Allison, better known as Absolutely Allie, blogger, influencer. It has been forever. And I say it like that because it's been forever since I've done a podcast episode, since season 2 to season 3. So much has happened in between there. That's why I usually have the first episode be me to fill you in on what's going on in my life, as well as to let you know what's coming up on this season of the podcast. I'm super excited to be back. I'm super excited to check in with you all. And I'm just excited to just like do another podcast. I listen to many, many podcasts, a lot of them true crime podcasts, but this has been a passion of mine to do podcasts and help other entrepreneurs and people in the small business world and other brands as well to help them build up, social media, digital marketing, anything that I can in that realm of the world. So, my background, what I do since it's been so long, I'm just going to kind of reintroduce myself. I am a blogger influencer, and I've been that for maybe 9 years or so. And Absolutely Allie is my blog name. You can find me on Instagram. I'll always put down below my handles and everything. I love blogging. I love, mostly influencing. And that is another passion of mine. I built that following up from 0 to close to maybe 90K or so collectively throughout all of my platforms. That extended to people asking me about social media for themselves and for their business. They wanted to know how to build up their brand on social media. They wanted to know how to grow their following. They wanted to know how to convert their followers into customers. And a lot, they just wanted to know how to do content creation. And back when I started, content creation was, I wouldn't say it was non-existent, but there was no like Canva. There was no like video apps. There were the software stuff that people use like Adobe and the other like film editing, things like that. But there was no like InShot. There was no Planoly. There was none of that. And we have come so far. So anyway, people were asking me about that, and that evolved into Absolutely Social, where I do social media management, digital strategist. I have a couple books. I'm an author. I'll put my books down below. Um, Lots of things, podcasting. I've done a couple panel speakings. I've done webinars. And speaking of that, I'm doing a webinar. It'll already be out. It's a free webinar that'll already be out by the time this episode drops. And it's a webinar about the 5 steps to having an engaging monthly social media content calendar. I'll put that below because it's free and you all can watch the recording because that could, potentially help you or your business evolve your social media. So I've done many things. You can check, I will put all the stuff down below, but you can check out my website, absolutelyally.com. You can check out my profiles and figure out all the stuff. But the main gist of this podcast is to bring people that are entrepreneurs. They don't have to necessarily be in the social media world, but they're entrepreneurs and they also use social media to build their brand and their business. So I have a lot of cool guests coming up this season. One is, and he should be on episode 2. I'm pretty sure I'm recording that this upcoming week, which will be past the time that you all see this. He is out of Chicago, but he does a lot with LinkedIn. And I personally haven't done a lot with LinkedIn. So I'm excited to talk to him. His name is Matt. And Matt and I met through another business of mine called Yaymaker Louisville or Paint Night Louisville or Plant Night Louisville. He does stuff with corporate for them, but he also is very passionate about his LinkedIn. He has a podcast, he has other things going on. And I want to talk to him specifically about his business sense as well as LinkedIn, and give you all a couple little nuggets to help you all with your LinkedIn if you're struggling there. Some people do great on LinkedIn. Some people, LinkedIn is kind of like if you're just looking for a job, but it's more than that. And I know that, and I don't do so much with that. That's why I wanted to bring in another expert on that. So stay tuned for that one. I have someone signed up that is she used to be an anchor, a news anchor, but she's retired from news anchoring, and she is doing a lot of other entrepreneurial things, like she has beauty counter. She is on a couple different boards. You can basically kind of call her an influencer too. She has a following. She's done some speaking and some hosting of events. She's a mom. She's great. You all will love her, and she's great for those social selling people. So if you have products that you're social selling, then she'd be great to talk to, because she's using her platform to build up that business. I have one of my really good friends who is a stylist. She's a blogger influencer turned stylist. She always was like a stylist for fun, and all her friends asked her about her styling things, but she's now turned that into a business, and she's working for a magazine, and she's styling for I live in Louisville, Kentucky. She's been styling for people for the Kentucky Derby and big events like galas and things here. And then she also does kind of some social media management, so we can bounce some things off of her. So I'm super excited about that. And then another guest that I know is already signed on is an influencer from Cincinnati, Ohio. I met her at an event years ago that I was invited to in Cincinnati, and we started following each other, and we've kind of stayed connected on what each other are doing. So she's really good. She's got a good following in Cincinnati. She can talk a lot about she's talking like about food, the food scene in Cincinnati. She also is a realtor, so she talks, a little bit about realtor about I guess the housing market and things like that. I know her and her fiance. She's also a mom. Her and her fiance, they have some rental properties, I think down in Alabama, Gulf Shores maybe. So she can talk about that. She does the social media for that. So she's a good person to talk about different business sense and how to kind of put them all together and everything. So I have a lot of great people coming up, and I'm excited for you all. And I'm still confirming some other people, but I don't want to talk about them yet until they're confirmed. But these people have confirmed and have dates, and when I'm going to actually have a podcast session with them. So that's why I brought those people up. So we've got a lot, even just with them, we have a lot of great people that are going to show up on this podcast this season. So quickly, I'm going to tell you some things that are going on with me, and then then we're going to get into recording the rest of the season, so you all don't necessarily have to listen to just me and what I'm doing. I want to bring you all people that can help you and help your business and help your social media and whatever else. So what's been going on with me? Quickly, I think last time we talked, I had another business. I got out of that business. It wasn't serving me very well. It wasn't my passion. And I'm excited to be done with that. I am now, if you've seen my social media and you follow me on that, you all know that I am pregnant with my first child. As of today, I'm 6 months, almost 7 months pregnant, but probably be a little further along when you all see this. It was a hard journey to get here. I don't know if I've mentioned on the other podcast, since it's been so long, that about my infertility and about going through IVF. This baby was conceived through IVF. I just filmed my IVF infertility journey. So hopefully by the time this is out, that will be out, and I'm putting it on social media and things like that in parts, different parts. So if it's out or whatever is out, then I will put that down below if you're interested in knowing my IVF infertility journey. My husband and I are super excited that we're on this end of it, but any good vibes and prayers we welcome. And the reason I wanted to tell my IVF and infertility journey is to hopefully help somebody that might be going through that situation, or somebody that might be thinking of doing IVF. So if it just helps one person and I have that platform to share, that's what I wanted to do. That's why I'm sharing right now with you all about this. That's why I have a podcast. That's why I love to talk to you all. So that's kind of what's been going on a little bit in my life. So, um, pregnant, went through IVF, had a bunch of surgeries. I'm not going to go through all the details of that. You can listen to my journey and figure out all of that. Other stuff that's going on in my life are that I am a full-time entrepreneur now. I have multiple businesses, which are the blogging, influencing, the absolutely social, which is social media management and digital strategist and that. And probably also adding some other stuff that hasn't launched yet, which I'm super excited. So when I can give the go ahead to launch and talk about that, I definitely will be mentioning that on the podcast, because this podcast, like I said, is all about business. So if it inspires you to go after your dreams and do something, then I want to share that. And then trying to think, I know there was some other stuff that I wanted to tell you all, but I think I've rambled rambled a lot. I'm just excited to be back here and in this space and doing this podcast to get other people out there on the platform to let you all know what they're doing, because they may have something that to offer you, and you all can kind of take them up on their offer. I always try to ask each guest to bring you all little nuggets, or either if they have like a free like download or a free book or something, to mention that, and I can always put that in the down below so that you all can get some stuff that will help you move the needle forward. So, like I said, stay tuned for this upcoming season. I am beyond excited to let you all inside of this little journey, let you all inside of other people's little journey. And if you all have guests, I'm always still looking for guests, maybe a couple more for season 3, as well as I want to look for guests on season 4 for season 4 as well. And I am also looking to be on other people's podcasts. So if you have a podcast or you know somebody that's looking for guests for the podcast, please reach out to me. I'll have my email down below that you all can do that. You all can send me an email. Yeah, but thank you all for still being here with me. Follow me along on this up and down journey. I will be more consistent. Yeah, baby's coming soon this summer in June, so I'll take a little bit of a break. So that's why I'm wanting to get out these podcasts now. But I'm still planning to continue doing everything that I'm doing as an entrepreneur, and I'd love to hear from you. I love to hear about your business, and hope you're doing well, and everything you need to know is down below. Stay tuned for episode 2 and all the guests, and I will stop rambling now, and hopefully you're having a good day. Bye.